Star of Africa was first published in Finland in 1951. My grandparents had a copy that was already old when I was a kid, and I must have played this 1,000 times with my brothers and my cousins. For the younger ones in the audience, before YouTube and iPads, kids would meet up and play games together. Weird, I know. Many years later, I managed to find a used copy to buy for my own to play with my kids. It's a really simple game. You've got a map of Africa. You start in either Cairo or Tangier with nothing but £300 in your pocket. Your goal is to travel all over Africa looking for the biggest diamond ever found, the Star of Africa. A gemstone so unique that they had to put it onto the box multiple times just to amplify its uniqueness. On your turn, you roll a die. If you travel by land, you can go as far as your rolled points take you. If you travel by sea, you need to pay £100 to move as many spaces as you rolled. Or you can go, swim, one step for free. The last option is to take a plane. If your space is connected to any other space via a red line, you can pay £300 to fly, no dice roll needed. If you stop on a red circle with an unexplored token, you can either pay £100 to turn it over or wait until you roll a 4, 5 or 6 to turn it over for free. We quickly decided that this was just an annoyance, so our house rules were that arriving on an unexplored space allowed you to turn it over right away for free. That sped up the game a lot and kept momentum going. In any case, here's what you could find underneath. Maybe nothing. Shucks. Or it could be a robber who takes all your money. Ugh. But then it could be a yellow gemstone, gets you £300. A green gemstone sells for £600, and a red one earns you £1,000. But a single one of the many cardboard tokens holds the fabled Star of Africa. You don't get any money for it because you're not selling it. Instead, you want to take it back to Cairo or Tangier as quickly as possible to win the game. Very close to life. We were little Europeans gallivanting all over Africa, getting rich from their natural resources. Who's the real robber in this game, I wonder? But where was I? Yes, winning the game. Our house rules were that you had to return to the same city where you started. So what can anyone else do at this point, you ask? Well, apparently you can try and find a horseshoe. Horseshoes are lucky items, right? So when you take that horseshoe back to Cairo or Tangier before the Star of Africa arrives there, then that's how you win instead. Because showing a horseshoe sure takes the wind out of the sails of someone arriving just after you with the biggest diamond ever. But horseshoes you found before the Star of Africa was found don't count. Sorry. Does it make any sense? Nope. But it sure makes for a frantic finale. We had some additional house rules when it came to horseshoes. If you found one, it would protect you from a single robber. If you find a robber and you have a horseshoe, you discard the horseshoe but keep your money. That's about it. The only rule I haven't mentioned is that some places are a bit special. If you find something on the Gold Coast, it pays double. The first to arrive in Cape Town gets £500. If you find nothing at the Slave Coast, you're out for 3 rounds. You have to stay and work there as a slave for 3 turns. Yes, I know. This fun idea from 1951 doesn't sound quite as fun today. And St. Helena is surrounded by pirates. You have to roll a 1 or 2 to be allowed to leave. The pirates don't want your money, they just want to inconvenience you. I've mentioned all the rules modifications we came up with. We were elementary school kids when we played this. None of us knew the first thing about game design. But then again, we were kids. All we did was think about games and come up with new game ideas to play all day long. In a way, we lived game design. What were we if not game designers? Maybe we couldn't write a design doc or put a finger on exactly why we changed what we changed. But over many plays, we sure figured out how to make this game more fun for us. Maybe Star of Africa being somewhat flawed was a blessing because it provided us with the opportunity to think about how to fix it. We made it faster by taking out the tedious rolls needed to turn over a token. We softened the blows that made the younger players cry by giving horseshoes the ability to defend against robbers. We made the finale more exciting by having the player return to their starting city. I have to say, looking back, I'm quite proud of our accomplishments. We naturally grasped the essence of game design. We wanted the game to be fun. And we got there through iterative design. And interestingly, all without management. I'm sure there's an interesting lesson in there somewhere.